How do? You alright? How's it going? Hey? Saturday afternoon, well, Saturday dinner, and I'm out with Billy Dog, and we're setting off for a wander. It's going to be our, mine and Billy's camp before I bugger off to Canada for a couple of weeks on an adventure. Deciduous woodland. I love deciduous woodland. You know, if it just had a section of hazel in here, it'd be fantastic. But it's got a lot of stuff that's not ideal for building with. I mean, look at the state of all the branches coming off this fallen beach here. You know, everything's higgledy-piggledy in it, yeah, for want of a better word. No want of a better word. That's a class word. Higgledy-piggledy, word of the day. Yeah, but yeah, I tell you what, I'm fancying building a natural shelter, you know. You know what I mean? I'm fancying it for a crack. Yeah, let's do it. So that's going to be mine and Billy's shelter for night. It's graft. That's why we should always take some form of shelter with us, whether it's just a tarp or a bivvy bag, yeah, or a group shelter or whatever. You know what I mean? Because building one is graft. We've been grafting now for a couple of hours really, just to get it to that stage. To-ing and fro-ing, getting stuff, because nothing's ever right where you want it, yeah? It's always having to build it next to a supply, which is one of the first things you're going to look at in it. You're going to look at when you're looking for your camp, you're looking for resources, yeah? You're looking to make sure there's no widow makers, there's no wildlife coming through here, bees nests in the ground, ants nests, or you're on a deer run or anything like that. You're looking to make sure you've got water nearby, yep, or potentially, you know, the right ground to dig a gypsy well or something like that. When you're looking for wood, yeah, wood for building, wood for fire. So yeah, so I've had to do a bit, but not too much, you know, about 70 meters to where I've been cutting it all from and then dragging it back here. I could have built it right over there, but inevitably we want a nice spot, don't we? And there's a nice breeze coming through here. So that's going to be our bed for tonight. Billy's making himself comfy already, but I'm ready for a brew, so I'm going to start getting a bit of firewood together soon and you know, sparking a fire up. let's get it spiked up, eh? I've got enough. I've not got loads of feather sticks, but there's enough there to get it going. There's some good dry wood around here, so once I don't need loads of little bits, a few little bits initially. I'll soon have this proper wood burning, soon have the big stuff burning. Get all these little bits on, they'll be burning in no time. Always make sure you pick your ferro rod up straight away before you stand on it and press it into earth or something like that. I'll be going that. It's not that warm today really, surprisingly. You know, and I've only got a thin jacket with this t-shirt on for tonight. I've got a backup, you know, Ellie Hansen, you know, like a thermal layer. I've got one of them, you thin Ellie Hansen, so I'll be banging that on if I need to. That'll soon burn down that. Get some of these good bits going, and then we're laughing then. Get a bloody brew on them, gagging. Correct, isn't it? Hey? Great when that fire's going in it, eh? And it's always good to sleep in a natural shelter. But I mean, once you've built one, you don't want to build another one. Not tomorrow anyway. You know what I mean? So it always, you know, it's so easy in it carrying tarps and tents and shelters. Makes life so much easier than having to, I mean, in a survival situation, if you were moving and you were planning on getting yourself out, you know, you're not going to be building shelters like that really, you know what I mean? You're going to be building a big fire and hunkering down under a fallen tree or under the canopy of a big tree, you know, close to the blooming trunk and with a big fire in front of you, and then moving on, you know what I mean? It's, you're not going to spend hours and hours unless you're waiting to be rescued, you know, and you've not got anything else to get in, you've not got you know, a vehicle or anything like that, and you need to make a shelter. But well, yeah, it's always good fun, like, you know, get your hands dirty and do a bit of grafting. So anyway, let's get a brew on. Got a good boil on in there. Always handy to bring a pair of leather gloves, eh? Always handy. Good pile of scram that. We're ready for it. Get another brew on in a minute. It's been good knocking that shelter up. It's been a while since I built a survival type debris shelter, a lean-to or a full airframe one. For myself anyway. I've done them on courses with people, on survival courses and working wise, but I've not done one for myself for a good while. And yeah, it always reminds you how much graft it takes. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of these courses, everything's ready, the material's nearby. You know what I mean? Because people are doing it every week. But if you're doing it somewhere where it's, you know, you've got to move for everything. You know what I mean? It's a bit of graft, but I've enjoyed that. Yeah, enjoyed it. So I'm going to sleep in it tonight. But I brought my kit with me, didn't I? Because I didn't know what I was going to be doing really. I was just out for a camp with the Billmeister before I bugger off to Canada. So I've got my Army Basha in DPM, and I've got my Jungle Snug Pack sleeping bag. It's only lightweight, very small, but all right for this time of year. And I've got my pad, my sleeping pad. So I might as well use them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my Basha like a bivvy bag. I probably won't need it, but I'll have it underneath me and then ready to throw over if I need it, if we did get a little bit chilly. You know, I'll throw it over Billy as well. And so I'm going to put that in the shelter on floor. I'll put my mat on it and I'll get in my sleeping bag. And yeah, it'd be nice, you know. It'd be nice. And then, like I say, if I do need it, I'll just throw that DPM over the top of me. But it's one of them. I deliberated. I thought about just sleeping without it all, but I bloody brought it. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's one of them, innit? I might as well use it while it's here. So that's the view from mine and Billy's digs. He's just led next to me now. Hey, it's not even dark yet. About 9:30ish. But I'm ready for getting my head down. Right, that's us for tonight. We're gonna get our head down, ain't we, Billy? Hey? Yeah, good boy. Good lad. Yeah, we're gonna get our head down and I'll see you in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning. And that rain has arrived. Fire's well and truly out. Doing a good job of keeping the rain out this shelter though. Get it for one, eh? 6:30 I got up. Which is not so bad. I was awake at 5, thought I might have been getting up at 5, but managed to stay in my pit till 6. So it rain started about 2 o'clock. And yeah, we're sounds of pounding there. Yeah, I didn't get wet. A little bit on me bottom of my bag, but other than that, we were right as rain. It weren't right as rain. Oh dear. It weren't hammering it down by any means, but it were drizzling all night. So, but yes, spot on. Get a brew on, eh? Got my eggs in background there. I'll get some squirrel on with them in a bit. Eggs, chorizo and tomatoes, I reckon. But main thing, first brew at day. You know I love my first brew at day. As good as gold this lad last night, weren't you? Hey? As good as gold. cuddled up next to me all night. Didn't you? Hey, didn't you? Was you good as gold, didn't you? Hey, good as gold. Never moved. You're a top lad, innit? Hey, you're a top lad. Hey up, first brew at day. And an absolute Bobby Dazzler. Whoa. I love being outside and adventure, and just being outdoors in all weathers. It's funny those little things that you enjoy, you know, those little things like putting a pair of dry socks on or getting in your sleeping bag at night, getting under that tarp when rain's rattling on it and wind's rustling through the leaves and you can hear it through bloody forest. It sounds like a waterfall where water's rushing, but it's the wind through leaves, and all those little things like putting a nice, a fresh pair of gloves on, or buttoning your jacket up, or you know, putting your buff on around your neck, or those dashed iron wool mitts in mountains, or you know. But definitely having a first brew at day is one of those little things, one of those little things that are special in the outdoors, in great outdoors. You know, sparking fire up for me first thing in the morning, especially in a winter's morning, you know, when it's cold, warming your hands around fire and getting a brew on. But a brew all time of year, just that first brew at day, before everything's, when birds are waking up and, you know, usually everyone else is in bed, aren't they, and you're up at crack of dawn. Bloody love it. Cheers. Get these spread out and we'll get some scran on. I've took this down so it's not a shelter anymore. It's not gonna, I mean, nobody comes through here anyway, but you just never know. So at least it's not going to attract people here to start, you know, trashing the place, if you will. So I've tidied my fire pit up. I'm going to leave that as is, because it'd be grand for bugs and everything and for nature, you know. A nice big pile of rough stuff like that would be great for all the insects and everything. So I'm going to leave that as is. As far as anyone knows, it's not a shelter unless you've seen it. So it's just a pile of stuff, so that'll be great. So I'm just going to leave that as is. Like I say, get rid of the other bits and pieces, and yeah, fire's gone. Buzz in, eh? Right, so that's us. Great little night out, top little wild camp in a little natural shelter. It was mint. Great to be out with Billy as always. So my next adventure will be coming from Canada. Yep, canoeing down some river up Canada. So it's going to be a fantastic trip. So that'll be out in a few weeks. But for now, hey, look after yourselves. And thanks for joining us again. And we'll catch you again real soon. Alright, see you ladies. Ta-ra.